Hey guys, I'm Orion, and this is going to be a instructional video on how to start to spin and slash your lightsaber. So today we're going to be going over three techniques. Okay, one is just going to be the forward figure eight, the reverse figure eight, and then just going over some basic head wrapping techniques. And these are really just a great place to start if you're learning how to play with sabers or swords. These same techniques can be applied to staffs and stuff like that later on. Again, it's just going to be like your foundational piece from which then we can build off of. I really do recommend that you put a lot of time and practice into getting these perfect. And then obviously it's going to be so much easier for you to get better and better. So guys, let's just go ahead, start in about a slightly wider than shoulder width stance with your feet straight ahead. You're just going to hold your sword, saber, PVC pipe, broomstick straight out. Make sure you can't hit anything first and foremost. And guys, we're just going to start with some forward wrist rolls. So from here, just trace the saber in the largest circle that you can, making a 360-degree circle, coming right back. And then just keep on repeating. Try to keep the wrist really loose, but keep the shoulder locked into place. So again, our wrist is nice and loose, and the shoulder is fixed in place. All right, feet are facing forward, head is turned towards the extended arm. Okay guys, also notice my grip on this really relies heavily on pinching the thumb and the forefinger right in the top of the saber, kind of right like just slightly below the balance point. So again, from here, and again, just spinning. You could do 20 repetitions or a couple sets of 20 repetitions. All right guys, now we're just gonna go to the back side. So same thing, we're allowing the tip of the saber to fall and then just coming forward, just like that. Again, I keep the shoulder fixed in place. The elbow is gonna bend. My cats are fighting. The elbow is going to bend a tiny bit as this happens, but again, the majority of the motion is coming from the wrist joint. And again, do about 20 reps. And guys, as we're doing these, try to keep the saber as close to your body as possible. You want to almost really hear it right next to your ear every time it passes. Because that way, when you do start to spin it fast, it has that beautiful circular arc, right? The wider it gets away from you, it starts to look sloppy. And then also as far as hitting yourself or hitting other objects, well, that's probably going to happen. All right, so guys, again, we have the forward circle, and then the back circle. And then if you put these together, we have our first figure eight. So the forward figure eight. Again, guys, start by keeping the elbow almost completely locked out and really try to make this motion happen by rotating the shoulder and allowing the wrist to be nice and relaxed. As you start to develop fluency in this movement, you can start to bend the elbow as the saber comes down and then extend the arm out. So it's the exact same move. Now we're just adding the movement of the elbow joint. Okay, really simple. And again, guys, you can always just start right here. And then later, again, as you start to develop more fluency, start to put the hips into it. So now I'm keeping the elbow bent, but I'm turning my hips. All right, loading my weight into the rear leg. And then as I twist forward, loading my weight into the front leg. Very similar, it's like a boxing stance if you're throwing a cross hook. Okay, it's the same type of mechanic. 1, 2, 1, 2. And later you can use that to really accelerate the saber or the sword or whatever it is that you're spinning. Now we're gonna do the same thing but in reverse, all right? So guys, we're gonna start with the reverse spin. All right, so again, before we're going forward, now we're going back. Okay, this one really requires the wrist and the elbow to bend a lot more. Again, try to start by keeping your elbow mostly locked out so you can really start to develop the wrist flexibility for this particular move. You may feel the forearm muscles working a lot. Great, you'll get stronger forearms. Again, guys, as you develop more fluency in the movement, start to bend the elbow more, and then extending out. Later it can look like this. And then guys, again, you can start to put the hips into it. So as it's rotating up, I'm rotating forward, putting my weight into the lead leg, okay? Comes down, and as the saber's coming back up, we lean back, forward, back, back from the front. Forward, back, back. Again, guys, always try to keep the saber nice and close to the sides of your body without making contact. A little bit of tension through the core. All right, so from here we have our figure forward 8. I want you to do 3 sets of 20. Again, at whatever level you're at. If you're just right here, you're just starting very first time, don't bend the elbow. If you've done this a couple times, start to bend the elbow and then extend the arm. 3 sets of 20. All right, and then do the same thing on the reverse figure 8. 3 sets of 20. Be mindful of your stance. Be mindful of the alignment of your shoulders. You don't want to be facing towards the direction that you're spinning, okay? You want to be parallel to the saber. 3 sets of 20. Now, you can do up to 5 sets. Again, the more practice that you do, the better you're gonna get at this. Just be really mindful of the trajectory of the object. You wanna keep it as close to your body as possible. All right, so those are our first spinning techniques. Next, we're gonna do something called head wrapping. Okay, very simple technique. You see this used in wushu a lot, but pretty much in any weapon-based system, they have some variants of this technique. So from here, guys, look, we're just gonna start with the arms nice, out and wide and open. Saber on one side, arm extended on the other, okay? The saber's in your right arm, we're gonna pull it to the left shoulder, maintaining contact. I'm gonna bring it down, and then just bring it down to the side of my waist. And then I'm just gonna reverse that motion, okay? The saber comes out as I extend my arm, relax the wrist, I make contact in the back of my head, and pull it back down to being open, okay? So here's 1, wrap in one direction, bring it down, open, and 2. All right, so it's 1, wrapping over the shoulder, coming down, then opening, close as you wrap, and open again. So from behind, we start in our open position, and it's 1, down to the hip, open the arms up, stand back, making contact again right on the trap, point it over the head, and then extend open again. So it's 1, down to the hip, open, and right back out to the starting position. And one more time facing forward, start open. Close the arm as the saber makes contact with the trap. Pull the elbow up and around, almost tracing like a halo right around your head, and swing it down towards the hip. And just reverse the direction of the movement. Open the arms up, it comes around. Again, guys, as we wrap, the arm's always in so that you don't slash down on your arm. Then open back up. Let's hear 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, and then I want you to do that, again, for 3 sets of 15, and really take your time on that one. Don't go fast. Again, guys, with these movements, it's way more important to focus on the form and the quality of the movement before adding speed, all right? Speed generally is used to hide your inadequacies when it comes to movement practices, particularly in the martial arts. All right, take your time, build your base. Please go ahead, like and subscribe, and leave me any questions that you have in the comment section. Take care, guys. Thank you so much.